How y'all doing? This is your boy, Lord Thaddeus Cray. This one's going to be a very important video. And it's not because of anything really dire or any of those type of affairs going on, even though there is a lot of stuff going on right now. But the fact is, things could head that way pretty quick if we ain't careful. Just going to leave it at that. Now, you guys already know I don't really do politics on this channel, and I don't plan on it now. But I am going to let you know that there are those in power who desire to definitely control us and keep us divided. That way they keep in power. Simple as that. This is going to be a conspiracy piece. So put your tinfoil hats on, guys. I've mentioned this. How can I say this the best way? I've mentioned this method in which the elites use to keep us blind to the affairs going on around us many times, but I haven't done a video that I can recall on the situation itself. I'm talking about the method of distraction. Distraction is a very, very, very powerful tool, and maybe one of the greatest tools that those in power, whether it be the elites or some other group or faction, or even people that you know want to. This is something they use. They'll basically put something out there that seems almost outlandish. It's designed to catch your attention and to get you to have an emotional response or whatever, whether it be good or bad, but it distracts you from what's really going on in the bigger picture of things. Of course, there's all kinds of stuff mentioned in this. Hell, even The Art of War, I think, by Sun Tzu. I think it was Sun Tzu. I could be wrong. I'm probably getting my guys mixed up on that, but I remember my uncle gave me a book called The Art of War, and it really enlightened me a few things. Of course, you have the 48 Laws of Power, which also, I'm just saying, the great texts out there, of course, especially the Bible, speaks on these things. You know, Jesus himself, said, a house divided ain't gonna stand. He was talking about, of course, a bigger situation, but at the same time, no truer words have been spoken. People don't understand this. So how is it that distraction is so dangerous? Well, it's straightforward. How does an animal let's say a wolf pack, how do they hunt? Simple. They distract the prey animal with a couple of them that are seen. The ones that ain't seen come and get them. As simple as that. You have to understand there are a lot of events going on right now. I'll be honest with you. I'm not mentioning any names or anything like that, but there is a couple of movies out there. One is definitely, it seems to be, I haven't seen it. I have to have a pretty strong constitution to watch certain things. And this one situation, which is involving child trafficking, it's something I just can't really focus on right now. But I hear the movie is, from more than one source, is good. And there's none of the, of course, the politicians and the media have been painting it out to be real bad, if you know what I'm talking about. But that makes no sense. Why would someone who is trying to show a movie, about the evils of things that people do when it comes to pedophilia and sick stuff, why would they, how can I say this the best way? Why would they speak badly about a movie like that? They're basically putting out political bullshit, and when I'm hearing a bunch of crap about the movie, which ain't true. Like I said, I can't say much. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know. But at the same time, I'm not surprised. I'm not going to say one way or the other. Like I said, that'd make me a liar. I don't want to be that. But I'm telling you, why is it, if this is the case, what I'm saying is true, or what I'm hearing is true, right? If I'm hearing this, why is it that people they're really bad-mouthing this situation? The way I see it, someone who really pushes against something abnormally harshly, or someone that is, bear with me, someone who is pushing really hard, against something, that means they have an agenda. Okay, what if you're pushing so hard against something that's going against something that it speaks out against obvious evil? That means one of two things. Number one, you're delusional, or probably the greater thing is, which I believe more likely, be the latter. You're trying to hide something. Either that or you're projecting. What the hell's going on? That's all I'm going to say. That's an example of distraction. You have to pay attention. They're basically trying to distract you from the evil that they're doing, those in power. Another example is, I brought it up before, is the submarine stuff going on. That was a mess. That was a real big snafu, let me tell you. But the fact is, they kept us in the dark when they really knew shit was going down, what already happened. You have stuff going on overseas right now, which you guys better be paying attention to. I'm telling you that now. Things like this that is the ultimate goal for distraction. The goal is simply to keep people from paying attention to what they should be paying attention to. Because the more you pay attention to something that you need to be paying attention to, it puts power back in your hands. And when you have power back in your hands, you can make better choices. And when people start seeing on the same page, you have a lot less of the infighting going on, no matter what your creed, religion is, whatever. You have a lot less infighting going on, and you have people starting to see the bigger picture. And people in power don't want that. They want you divided. They want you fat and lazy. They want you all of these things. That way they can keep you stupid. That's the entire situation here. People want, like I said, I brought these groups in one of my previous conspiracy videos. I brought one of the big groups out there who are still very much most likely in charge, just under a different name. Here's the thing. Most people who start out in power, they have a good intention. They do. But they start seeing things and they start becoming jaded. And again, they're divided. And of course, what do you get? Corruption. And of course, now, even as we speak, they use distraction to keep you from noticing it. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some awesome, entertaining things out there. I love video games, I love horror movies, I love comedy, I love all kinds of stuff. But even that, while it's entertainment, and it's needed, I get that, it's needed. I mean, even, the book speaks about trying to, have recreation, do things that are good for the spirit. Now, I'm not saying horror movies are good for the spirit, because they ain't, but my point is this. You need recreation, but also at the same time, don't let it become distraction. And believe me, that's easy to do. That is the big thing. Anything you have can become a distraction, or an idol, or whatever. They're kind of along the same lines, you know what I'm talking about, because an idol distracts you from what you need to be looking at, which is the Lord, if you know what I'm saying. That's one of the biggest power of the adversary. He uses distraction. Think about it. That is one of distraction, deception. It's all along the same lines. It's all run by the father of lies. Think about it. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. There ain't really much more to say on this. I just really wanted to put this out there. I felt it was important to let people understand just how dangerous not seeing the greater picture is. Even the elect will be deceived. It's something and believe me, in our flesh, we ain't going to see it. But that's just that. I figured I should put this out there, and it's important. If you guys have a chance, like this, share it. I'm trying to get my channel to grow a little bit. And of course, comment if you so desire. But for now, you guys be blessed and you be safe.